Hi, I am Dr. Arsalan Khan and today we are going to solve the MCQs on reproduction. The first question is, thick mucus is produced by dash glands to nurture the sperms. Given options are Cowper's gland, bulbourethral gland, both A and B are seminal vesicles. Here the nurture means nourishment. Thick mucus is secreted for nourishment of the sperms and the sperms along with these secretions form the semen. So sperm is converted into semen. So now he is asking that which glands of the male reproductive system produce this thick mucus. So the option A as well as option B is correct. So here the option C is correct, that the Cowper's gland as well as the bulbourethral gland are responsible for secretion of thick mucus to nurture the sperms and convert this sperm into the semen. Next question is, dash hormone is secreted by Cl. Cl refers to the corpus luteum. As you know that on the ovaries there are certain structures containing immature ova. These are called Graafian follicles, and among these Graafian follicles, one of the Graafian follicle enlarges under the influence of follicle stimulating hormone secreted from the pituitary gland, and this Graafian follicle secretes estrogen hormone. Then the pituitary gland secretes LH hormone or luteinizing hormone, and this Graafian follicle ruptures, releasing the ova. When the ova is lost from this Graafian follicle, the remaining mass of the cells, this is called corpus luteum. Now here it is asked that what did the corpus luteum produced? One options are estrogen, progesterone, oxytocin or luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone and oxytocin, these are produced by pituitary gland. The estrogen is produced by the Graafian follicle, while the progesterone, this is the correct option as it is produced from the corpus luteum. The leftover mass of the Graafian follicle after release of ova becomes the corpus luteum and it secretes progesterone to maintain the pregnancy. Next question is, in female reproductive tract, fetus develops in dash. Now he is asking the site or location of the development of fetus in female reproductive tract. Given options are uterus, endometrium, uterine hans or fallopian tube. Fallopian tube is responsible for fertilization of the ova by the sperms. The endometrium is the site of attachment of the embryo. It is the internal lining of the uterus. Uterus is the main reproductive organ for attachment, nourishment of the embryo and development of the fetus. However, if the specific option is available, then the fetus is developed in the uterine hans. The hans of the uterus are the site of development of fetus. Next question is, the life of ova is dash, while the sperms is 5 to 7 days in female reproductive tract. It's an informative question stating that the sperms can live up to 5 to 7 days in female reproductive tract after the ejaculation. However, the lifespan of the ova is asked here. So the given options are 24 hours, 3 days, 5 days or 3 to 5 days. So the correct option is 24 hours, that the ova maintains 24 hours of the lifespan. Next question is, in males, the average length of urethra is, given options are 1 centimeter, 3 to 4 centimeter, 10 centimeter or 20 centimeter. As you know that in case of male, the urethra carries both semen as well as the urine. So it is also called as urogenital duct. Therefore, it has much more length as compared to the female urethra, which is only 2 to 3 centimeter. While in case of males, the urethra is of 20 centimeter length, so the option D is correct. Next question is, vaginal fluid is secreted by dash. Now he is asking about the secretion of vaginal fluid during the sexual intercourse. Given options are Cowper's gland, seminal vesicles. These both glands, the Cowper's gland and seminal vesicles, are present in male reproductive tract. Bartholin gland and goblet cells. Goblet cells secrete mucus, while the Bartholin gland, this is a specialized gland present in the female vagina for vaginal secretions during the sexual intercourse. So the option C is correct. Next question is, a good male ejaculation produces dash semen. Now he is asking about the amount of semen produced by a male during a single ejaculation. Given options are 1 ml, 2 to 3 ml, 3 to 5 ml or 5 to 7 ml. So the correct option here is 3 to 5 ml, that an average adult man can produce 3 to 5 ml of the semen per ejaculation during sexual intercourse. Next question is, humans release dash sperms in single ml of the semen. As you learned that the human can produce 3 to 5 ml of the semen, and in each ml of the semen, how much spermatozoa or sperm cells are present, it has been asked here. Given options are 1 million, 5 million, 300 million or 600 millions. So the correct option here is 300 million, that it is the number of spermatozoa cells present in single ml of the healthy ejaculate. Next question is, progesterone has inhibitory effect to dash hormones. Given options are estrogen, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone or both B and C. As you know that during the course of pregnancy, the estrogen and progesterone level, these fluctuate, and their amount is increased or decreased during the course of pregnancy at different stages of the trimesters. However, the FSH and LH, these both are inhibited by the progesterone to be secreted from the pituitary gland for the production and maturation of the ova in the Graafian follicles. So these both hormones, FSH and LH, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, are inhibited by the progesterone. So the option D is correct, that both B and C hormones, these are prevented or inhibited by the progesterone, or the progesterone has an inhibitory effect upon these two hormones. Next is very much important question, that the site of ova fertilization is dash. As you know that the ova is fertilized in the female reproductive tract. Now he is asking about the exact location of the fertilization of the ova by the spermatozoon. Given options are ovary, oviduct, isthmus or isthmus ampulla junction. Ovaries are required for the release of the ova or ovulation. Oviduct, also called as fallopian tube, the fertilization occurs in the fallopian tube or oviduct. This is the correct option, but if we look into the other options, the isthmus, this is a part of the oviduct. The oviduct or fallopian tube has three parts: fundibulum, ampulla and isthmus. And the fertilization occurs at the junction of the isthmus and ampulla. So this is the more specific answer, that the site of fertilization of the ova is the isthmus ampulla junction of the oviduct. Next question is, if pregnancy has not occurred, corpus luteum is regressed by. Cl here is the corpus luteum, which was secreting the progesterone to maintain the pregnancy. It is now regressed or finished. Now he is asking about the hormone which regresses the corpus luteum if the fertilization has not occurred or the female has not been conceived. Given options are estrogen, progesterone, prostaglandin F2 alpha. PGF2 alpha means prostaglandin F2 alpha. This is secreted by uterus, and this is the signaling hormone that fertilization has not occurred and the female has not yet conceived or not pregnant. So there is no need of progesterone secretion, thus the corpus luteum regresses. So the option C is correct, that the prostaglandin F2 alpha or PGF2 alpha is the hormone responsible for regression of the corpus luteum or for termination of the pregnancy. Next question is, first ova is produced in females during dash. Now this is again surprising question, that as we know that in case of males, the spermatozoons are produced at the age of the puberty. For example, the male attains puberty at the age of 12 to 13 years, and he is capable at this stage to produce the spermatozoon. However, in case of the females, when the female is in embryonic stage, when she is in the womb of her mother, she has produced first ova, yet the meiotic division has been stopped or stalled here, and when she attains the age of the puberty, this meiotic cycle or reproductive cycle completes and the ova is released. However, as far as the production of ova is concerned, the female produces her first ova in the mother's womb when she is in the embryonic stage. So if we see the options, embryonic stage, childhood, puberty or menopause. Menopause is the stage in which the female is no more fertile and she is not producing the ova. So this is irrelevant option. The puberty, these two are the reasonable options, but here the question is that first ova is produced in the females. So as we have stated that the first ova in the female is produced when she is in the womb of her mother. So this is the embryonic stage. The option A is correct here. Next question is, dash phase of menstruation is called secretory phase. Given options are puberty, pre-ovulatory, post-ovulatory or none. As you know that the menstrual cycle, it is the reproductive cycle of the female of primates as well as human beings. It comprises three stages. First, bleeding stage called menstruation stage, then there is pre-ovulatory stage or the follicular stage, and the third stage is the post-ovulatory stage or the luteal stage. So these are the three stages of around 28 days length on average. Secretory phase here refers to the secretion of the uterine milk for nurturing and development of the embryo in the endometrium or internal uterine lining. So this uterine milk is secreted when the ova has been released. So the stage here will be post-ovulatory stage, or the stage in which the ova has been released from the ovary and it has been carried to the endometrium or uterus lining, and then the uterine milk is secreted, for nourishment of this embryo for development of fetus. So option C here is correct, that the post-ovulatory is the phase of the menstrual cycle in which the uterine milk is secreted, and it's also called as the secretory phase. Next question is, in non-primates, the reproductive cycle of female is called dash. Given options are estrous cycle, menstrual cycle, both are cardiac cycle. Cardiac cycle refers to the circulation of the blood by the heart and the blood vessels. So this is absolutely irrelevant option and must be excluded here. Now we look into the two cycles, the menstrual cycle or estrous cycle. Here it is very much important to know that there are two kinds of the reproductive cycles in the females, the estrous cycle and the menstrual cycle. In case of the primates or the mammals with well-developed brain, including man, chimpanzee, monkeys, apes, All of these kind of the animals with well-developed brain, these are called primates, and their females show the menstrual cycle, in which there is breeding stage of 3 to 5 days, while in rest of the mammals, including herbivores, carnivores, Phyllodonta or Proboscidae, etc. In all these kind of the animals like sheep, goat, deer, cows, buffaloes, or the wild animals, these show another kind of reproductive cycle called estrous cycle, comprising heat phase, in which there is no breeding stage. Rather, the female is in heat, or she is receptive to male for a particular stage or for a particular period during this reproductive cycle. This is called estrous cycle, comprising heat stage or estrous stage. So in case of non-primates, the estrous cycle is the correct option.